My name is Mallory Westbrook. I'm a staff engineer at Intelligent Concrete. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about what it's like working from home with kids, and why it's okay if you're not loving it. So I know now with COVID, a lot of people are all of a sudden working from home that are used to working in an office. And kids aren't in school, maybe your daycare's not open, your nanny's not coming, whatever it is. And if you've seen my videos before, I actually always work from home. So I have an almost 4-year-old and a 1.5-year-old. And since right when my daughter was born, I started working from home. So almost 4 years now. And I think one thing I really struggled with is kind of like classic mom guilt. As soon as I tell somebody about my job, about working from home, the first thing I get is, oh my gosh, you are so lucky you get to work from home with kids. And then I would have these days of like the kids crying at me, or this big deadline and I've got, I'm holding a kid trying to type with one hand, and I would just feel so horrible that I wasn't loving it. I felt like, am I a bad parent because I'm not cherishing these moments? And finally I had to just let myself off the hook. Like, you see the same thing on social media now of everybody of, oh, well, look at the plus side of the pandemic is you get to spend more time with your children. And yeah, that is so true. But that doesn't make it bad if you have a day where you just want to go to an office. There's been many times where I've thought, should I just put my kids in daycare? I need peace and quiet. Should I go work in an office? I need to have time to myself. And that doesn't make you a bad parent. So another big struggle for me was I felt, I guess, kind of self-conscious. It's Cheerios. Do you want some Cheerios?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, sorry, had to take a Cheerio break. But yeah, so it's, I would have these times where I was kind of self-conscious about letting, other engineers or clients, or sometimes even my own coworkers, kind of hear the chaos that is my working environment. If my kids would make any sounds, like even happy sounds, or you could hear the Moana soundtrack playing in the background, or the nursery rhymes, I would get really self-conscious and like mute immediately, and I didn't want to seem like I was unprofessional or I didn't care about my career. And then I think it was John who was finally like, Mel, have you not seen that video of that BBC anchor who's like doing an interview and his baby comes rushing in, and then you see the mom like frantically running in, like pulling the baby away, and the video went viral and people loved it. And it's like, we're humans. A lot of us have children. You can be smart and driven and still take care of your kids, and that's okay. So that was another lesson I had to learn along the way. And I think the final thing was just kind of changing the way that I work. So I would really get myself in these like mental roadblocks where I write a lot of our technical papers. I do a lot of data analysis stuff that I really want, to really concentrate on and take large blocks of time. And so I would have something, on my schedule of like a technical report, and I knew it was going to take me 3 hours. And I would say to myself, well, I don't have 3 hours of like concentrated time, so I just can't do it right now. And I would move it, and then it would become this big stressful thing because then this deadline's coming up and I keep moving it, and it just becomes this big mountain. And finally I realized, like, if you have toddlers like I do, even teenagers, you're not gonna get large uninterrupted blocks of time. It's not the same as working in an office, and that's okay. So I finally just had to say, well, I'm gonna sit down and work on this as long as I can. And then if I get interrupted, all right, I'll get back into it. And even if it takes me all day of just doing 5-10 minute blocks, that's just the reality of working from home, and that's okay. And sometimes, you end up getting a lot more done than you thought you would. So I think those kind of the lessons I've learned. For everyone out there working with kids, I mean, you're doing a great job. I also would always worry, are my kids getting enough attention? Am I a good mom? Yes, you're a good parent. You're doing great at your job. We're all just kind of figuring out how to make everything work. So if you have any questions, let me know. And thanks for listening. I'll see you next time.